I didn't just wake up and pick a brokerage. I spent weeks researching where do I want to go. And I spent way too many hours over procrastinating what was the right choice. I knew this decision would shape the beginning of my career, and this is why I chose Real Broker. I compared brokerages like Keller Williams, Better Homes and Gardens, Exit Realty, Berkshire Hathaway. I even went to a couple of local brokerages, and none of them compared, honestly. I kept coming back to Real, and here's why. I want to make one thing clear. I am not telling you where you should join. I'm just telling you why I chose Real as a new broker. I knew I wanted a brokerage that would fit my business and what I wanted to build. And I didn't like how those traditional brokerages confined me to a structure and expected me to perform as an average agent. And I don't feel like an average agent. I am a creative, expressive person, and I want to push my name out there. I want to make YouTube videos. I want to make social media and content and comedy and so many different aspects that I felt like weren't allowed in other places, and I felt confined. I liked how Real allows my creative freedom. I designed a website all on my own. I got to use all my own color schemes. I got to make my name and not just use theirs. And that was such an amazing aspect to me because it truly is your business. It's my business. This is our career, and it should be movable to any single brokerage that we decide to move to, and it shouldn't be built upon one brokerage. And I feel like that's what I saw on a lot of brokerages was they are allowing you to use their name. And I didn't want to use someone's name. I wanted to make my own. I also wanted flexibility. This brokerage is cloud-based. I don't have expectations of where I should be at what time, and everything's remote. Everything's recorded. Everything's accessible. I have everything at the tips of my fingers, and it's overwhelming at times, yes, but it's also great. I don't feel the pressure to perform. I don't feel the nervousness of going to an office and being seen as the 20-year-old girl who's barely figuring it out. I feel I could be home, I could be confident, I could be proud, and I don't have to feel small. There is some cons. I mean, no office, sure, but if I needed an office, I could always rent one on my own. I also have a sponsor who rents hers, and she allows me to use hers, and I know Real has agents everywhere. There's 35,000 agents as of July 2026, and all of them are supportive. All of them want to help you, and they all share their resources. It's really a community that I have not seen anywhere else. Everyone's connected. It's really similar to what Gen Z grew up with. I mean, we didn't have social experiences like the generations before us did. We were very much social through online, through technology, and that's how Real is. We're all connected. We all could communicate and access each other. It's very efficient. It's very organized, and it's great. Real is also a technology company, so they are AI integrated. They are very organized. Everything's accessible quickly. You could have all of your files organized, every single folder for every single client, and if you don't even want to look for anything, you could input it into the AI and it will bring you exactly what you're looking for. It's so easy. Have you guys seen how Temu has certain little pop-ups that make you want to spend money? Well, Real has certain little pop-ups and little digital things that make you want to earn more. They make you want to push yourself. They have little rankings and tiers, and I liked that. I liked how it was motivating me in a way that my Gen Z mind likes to be motivated. Instant gratification, and I liked that about Real. Something that worried me though was I wanted good training, and with it being remote and not having a person to spoon feed me and sit there with me, or an office I could walk into and ask people, I didn't feel like I would feel as supported. And at times, yes, I do feel like that's true, and I would have a stronger support system in a brokerage that has a physical location, but What's great about Real is it goes beyond one person's mind. It is thousands of people's minds. Like, unlimited videos accessible. They have Real Academy, which has every single question you could have recorded and posted for your access, and only someone with Real Broker can access these videos. And they have Zoom calls every day, so you are able to tune in at any moment, and the people on the Zoom calls are more than willing to answer any questions you have. I wanted a culture where I feel like everyone is a community instead of competition, and I feel like that's exactly what I found. I also liked that Real had an upfront, straight to the point commission split. A lot of the brokerages were sugarcoating their fees. They were kind of telling me that the money part doesn't matter. What matters is what we could provide you, and if we make you way more money than the other brokerages, then the split doesn't matter. And it felt like I was getting pressured to choose them when I didn't like the split, and I wanted to know fully disclosed what I was going to have to pay them. With Real, it's an 85-15 split, and it's not an 85-15 split forever. With that 15% they're taking, once they take $12,000, it's cut, and then you're 100%. Other brokerages, sometimes when you hit that cap, they only bring you up to 90. On top of that, Real, they give stocks. You introduce someone to the company and they make a deal, you get stocks from them. You hit your $12,000 cap, they give you more stock. They have what's called Elite Agent. Once you reach elite status, which is you've sold 500,000 GCI, gross commission income, they congratulate you with $16,000 in stocks. They're basically giving you everything they took from your cap back. And if you're not making money, they're not charging you money, which is really different than the other brokerages. They charge franchise fees, they charge monthly desk fees. So if you're not making money, you're still paying. And that's something that really sets Real apart. Back to introducing someone to the company, you also make money off of that. So if I bring someone into the company, I earn 5% from them. Every deal they make, I get 5%. Real gets 10%, and they get 85%. Nothing's taken from them. Real splits it with me for bringing them into the company. And if they bring someone into the company, I get a split of that too. It may not be 5%, it's 4%. And if that person brings another one, I get 3% for them. And it continues down 5 tiers until the 1%. So you're making money off of every person that's brought. And this money is willable. This money is, you could retire and still collect that money. There's way more wealth building. It's way more fair. It's way more modern. It's more inclusive. There was no option in my mind. They were the 7th company that I interviewed. And I knew to save them for last because I had a gut feeling that that would be the place. And sure enough, they were. For me, it came down to which one matched my goals and which one of them were helping me create the business that I wanted to build. And to be completely transparent, I'm barely getting started. So I can't tell you 100% that it was the best choice for me, but I have a pretty good feeling it was. What I can promise though, I'll document everything and I will be the testing subject so you could see if this is the right place. If you're thinking about joining Real, my number is listed in the cover photo. Feel free to reach out to me. I'll try to answer the questions that I can. If it makes sense, I could always sponsor you. If you would like to really check out Real, there's a Join Real button in the description and it will take you to an application and you could apply. If my opinion ever changes, you'll be the first to know. If you're trying to decide which broker should join, I hope this one new broker's opinion helps. And if you're curious to see how my journey unfolds, I'd love to have you along the way. I'll see you in the next one.